What's going on, guys? Blazing here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me on another Raid Shadow Legends video. Alright, so we are going to be talking about Eternal Dragon hard mode. Same team can be used all the way from stage 40 of normal to stage 120 of hard mode. It is a free-to-play team, very budget-friendly. The builds, I'll be quite honest, they're endgame builds on some of these champions. Could you downscale them? Of course. I would probably say if you, reduce the stats wise by 25%, for shorter or for easier content, you should have no problem. For hard mode, at least stage 120, it is a pretty difficult boss to get through. So, but before we get into that, I just want to ask one thing, guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. About 75% of you guys out there aren't subscribed to the channel that are watching these videos. And if you don't want to, let me know in the comments down below why, right? So let's get into the run. All right, so here's the team. Drexstar, we have our Scylla Drakes, and we have our Artak. The other two champions are just food. If you do need some extra, stats, it does help trying to bring in that food, right? As long as they die, it makes everybody else go a little bit faster. Now, let's say you can't 3-man it like I am, and you need, some more support. Bringing in a Vrask is going to help out quite a bit, right? His passive is very, very strong. So all you really have to do is build him with enough crit rate, HP, and he's going to take care of the team, right? What else could you bring? You could also bring in a Doom Priest, right? If you just bring those in along with a well-built Scylla Drakes and Artak, you should be fine. The Artak and Scylla Drakes are the key to taking this boss down, right? He can be a little difficult, especially if, you don't have enough resistance. So maybe if you need to run a resistance aura, go for it. Now here, your Scylla Drakes, unfortunately, is going to be reviving these guys, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is, right? You can't turn the revive off in case Drexstar dies. And if he dies, you need him back because he's the best way for our consistent burns. Our Scylla Drakes did get locked out there. I'm guessing that was at 3%. But we do have her built with enough resistance not to have this as a problem. So 1 minute, 23 seconds, 63 turns, pretty fast, right? If you bring in more champions, obviously there's going to be more animations, so it's going to be a little bit longer. But 1 minute, 31 seconds, 46 turns, not too bad, right? So let me show you guys the builds. All right, so let's talk Artak. Artak is built in a regen and double stone skin set. This is an endgame build, guys, so don't freak out. You don't need to have these crazy stats that I do, but as close to them as possible will work for you, especially for stage 120. Now, counterattack accessories are going to be best for him. We don't want refresh, right? We want to be able to extend the duration of that HP burn. As for the stats, what are we looking at? Well, 82k HP is what we currently have, almost 3.5k defense, 293 speed. I know the speed is kind of sickening. It's a little too fast for most players. Anything above 250 should work well for you. Resistance, 402. Ideally, I want to try to get it a little higher, but his passive coming into play does help us quite a bit. 362 accuracy. Anything over 350 will be awesome. As for the booking situation, we do have him fully booked, right? You have your Artak, he is a great candidate for books. He doesn't really need them. It just makes everything more of 100% to land, right? Brimstone is the blessing that we did take for him. As for masteries, we did go down and we took Oppressor. We did take Spirit Haste, along with Master Hexer. We did take Lord of Steel and Cycle of Magic. Arcane Celerity is going to work out very well for you. For the defense tree, we took Retribution, we took Delay of Death, and we took Resurgent. All right, so let's talk Drexstar Blood Twin. He is currently built with a Guardian and Perception set, right? He's just there to soak up the damage, and he's there to put out the HP burn with his passive. As for accessories, refresh aren't going to work for us, right? We're going too slow. Counterattack accessories will work well, though. As for the stats, what are we talking about? 72k HP, almost, right? We're shy like 50. 3.8k defense. I do want to beef it up just a little bit. 156 speed, dirt poor speed. We don't really care about how fast he goes. If he goes on a 1-to-1 turn ratio, perfectly fine. He's going to get some heals back. We have some supports on the team. It's going to work out well. 578 accuracy, that's enough accuracy to land every debuff we need. And then if you want to build resistance, go for it. I didn't. I don't really care for it, right? If he dies, he dies. As for the booking situation, do we need him fully booked? Honestly, if you can just book his passive, you're perfectly fine, right? That's all you really care about is the passive. You don't care about the A2, you don't care about the A1. It's just booking that passive. Blessing-wise, we did go with Brimstone. It is what is best for him. He is a single target champion, so it works out well, especially if you target the, whoever you're trying to get it on. As for the masteries, what do we do? Well, we went down the support and defense tree, right? We don't care about War Master because we're not going fast enough. It doesn't really matter. We care about making sure that we have enough accuracy in landing the debuffs. So we took Eagle Eye, we took Master Hexer, we took Sniper, along with Evil Eye. We did take Lord of Steel, and we did take Arcane Celerity, right? If we're putting up enough HP burns, it'll increase it just a little bit for us to kind of, at least go at a 2-to-1, at a 3-to-2 speed, right? As for defense, we did take Retribution, we did take Delay of Death, along with Resurgent. Scylla the Drakes. I mean, there's a reason why she's Ash's love, right? We have her built with a regeneration set. Could you build her with anything else to it? You could. Immortal would work out well, but between that and her passive, she's pretty well set, right? Now, let's talk about stats. What are we looking at? Well, we want as much EHP as possible. So we have her built at 68k HP, 4.4k defense, 255 speed. The speed's a little high. Like I said, well, not little high. I would like it to be a little higher. That's what I meant to say. 250 for any endgame stuff works well. Resistance is the only other thing we cared about, and that was built in at 470, making sure that we can't get locked out for most of the content or be buff stripped at all, right? As for accuracy, we have her built with 189. We didn't really care for it in the build, but if you want to build it, go for it. As for booking situation, do we need her fully booked? No, right? Passive doesn't need any books at all. It's pretty solid, right? Intimidating presence is what we did take for her. Give her some support on the team. She's a support role. She doesn't have an aura, but, she can increase whoever aura you're bringing along with. As for the masteries, we did go down the support and defense tree, and we did take Timely Intervention. We did take Spirit Haste. We did also take Lord of Steel, along with Cycle of Magic. We did take Rapid Response. She does put out an increased speed, so, give her a little more love to get some speed up, and that should help you out, right? We did also take Healing Savior. Now, for the defense tree, we did take Retribution, along with Cycle of Revenge. We did also take Delay of Death, along with Resurgent. There you have it, guys. It is a free-to-play friendly team. I don't think you can get any more free-to-play, right? This combination of champions right here should be able to take on just about every boss in Doom Tower, except for maybe Dark Fae and Bommel, along with the Magma Dragon, right? Because Magma Dragon gets healed from any HP burns. So let me know in the comments down below, what team are you running and which boss would you like to see next? As always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. I'll catch you guys on the next one.